I want to go into the genesis of Cypher Club.
The genesis.
Like the beginning moment.
The beginning moments
what
of Cypher Club.
What was the inciting, like, you know, in stories there's an inciting incident?
Yes.
Okay. So what was the inciting incident to make you start Cypher Club?
The honest answer of the inciting incident that made me start Cypher Club is I was with a man who I loved very much, and he cheated on me, and it totally broke me and my entire world, and it broke my idea of what love was and what trust was and who I was. And I have so much respect for that person because he's a brilliant artist and
he's an artist,
incredible
right?
human being. Yeah, and he gave me a huge opportunity to reinvent myself, because with that person, I was so entangled in the love. It was like I had no sense of my own self. Like I was living for that person. And I think that's a really beautiful way to love, but it makes it hard because then you have nothing to stand on your own. And my self-worth was totally ingrained in him, and I needed to do everything with him. And I just adored that boy. Like I just loved him. Like I just thought he was such a god. And that can be good and bad, because sometimes when you treat somebody like that, it doesn't work. You know what I mean? Because he also needed to find his own independence, and it wasn't happening. So long story short, I got my heart really broke. He suffered as well. Heartbreak is never good. And from that, I remember quite a few moments of being at my lowest and just feeling like I had nothing. And it was like my whole idea of my life was shattered. And from there, spending time then with like Jamal and Kevin at the Wizard Palace, that's what we call it. They really brought me through healing. I did a lot of writing, a lot of freestyling, and I was just like, I need people around me who are gonna make music like this and express like this, or I'm going to die. And so I literally started walking up to people like on the street. I like took this club that was kind of like a poetry club that I had, and I was like, I'm not doing this. I'm doing rap. I'm doing cypher. And it had been something that I had always kind of done at Mount Royal as events, but I was like, I need to kick this up. And then I would just start walking up to people and being like, yo, do you rap? Like, or at cyphers, right? I started going to more events. I was going to more stuff on my own, like as an individual, and showing up alone, which was something I'd never really done before. And just really meeting people. When you show up alone, you have to like put yourself out there. And so then I'd be like, yo, come to this thing I have called Cypher Club. So it started at Mount Royal, and there's been some homies that have been there since the beginning. Like Nasty G has been the beginning of that shit. TK Othello Token since the beginning of that. Kareem came in mad early too, Sweaty Dawn, and we would rap in a classroom, and then it just like got too big and we had to move it. And I think like moving it into a home space was an interesting shift, because it's like a space where I think is really like a safe zone for a lot of people in the city, and it's fostered like that idea of when people would like get together in the back alley and rap. Do you know what I mean? It's like we're together in this living room in a backyard and we're rapping, and now it's just like exploded. Like the other day I was gonna write down all the Cypher members just to see, because it's like pretty much every week there's 20 to 30 people there. It gets way big in the summer, but it's like when we have like potlucks or like those like house parties and stuff, it's like Cypher is probably well over like 60 people, you know what I mean? Easy. And that's really dope, because it just like grows and grows and grows. So that's why it's like, if you have a struggle or something really shitty that hits you, that might grow you into like one of the best places in your life, and you might need that thing to like be the catalyst, because it's like when you feel super alone, it's like, okay, well, I gotta like build something around me. And like the relationships and like fam that I feel through Cypher is deeper than the loves I think that I've experienced before, because it's so authentic and it's so about just showing up as you are. Nobody expects anything. Nobody has to be a certain way. It's not about flexing. It's just like raw human connection. And that I think is a very rare thing to find. And it definitely like kept me alive, gave me purpose, gave me my life force energy back.
So what's the ABC of like throwing an event like that? Like how do you start?
The magic thing about it is that you can't make a formula. It's like you cannot reproduce Cypher if you do not have authenticity and people that are willing to come and share in that, because I've seen like so many events happen, and especially around hip hop, and I really respect like the like bravado fucking layering on of like, this is my swag, and like battle rap and like competition. That's a very like a significant part of hip hop.
Right.
But I think that the reason that Cypher is so magic is that it can fall away from that stuff for a little bit, and it's just about creative expression. And it's like, yo, just come and creatively express yourself. And that is when people can really, I think, find the key to unlocking their art. And if you can unlock your own art, you're going to make something unique, and people will probably pay attention, because stuff that's unique cannot be reproduced. It's not cookie cutter. It's not falling in with trends. It's like, it's sustainable. It's long lasting. It's like, that's the kind of art I want to make. And that's, I think, what Cypher allows to come into fruition.
So I guess you just like, it's got to come from a genuine place.
Has to.
Then
Has
you
to
just
be
go
genuine.
out to events and just hit up
And you
people.
seek genuine people, and genuine people come. You know what I mean? Like, we have lots of people who will come in a couple times and then maybe not come back. If they come and they try and flex, or they're rapping about like money and bitches and all this shit. And it's like, yo, if you have, like, when was the last time you actually had sex? Have you ever touched a gun in your life? How much money is actually in your bank account? If you don't have those things, it comes through right away, and nobody gives a fuck there. It doesn't matter. So then they'll maybe leave. Whereas people who come and are doing it like from their soul and are telling stories, and if you're flexing and it's real, yes, flex. Do you know what I mean? Like, if that's actually your life, if you've actually been in that culture, go ahead and do it, and people can sense it. I think there's like this interesting filter tone to Cypher Club YYC that's like moves people to be their most authentic selves, and then they want that more. There's not a lot of spaces like that, so people keep coming back, and they grow, and they bring homies, and it just like kind of expands.
What do you think about like manifesting? So when people like flex,
Yeah.
they're like manifesting like a reality.
I think there's a big difference between manifesting and flexing, because if you're manifesting, you don't need to tell nobody. You just do it, and it's just coming to you. You don't need to flex about it. It's already there. You have it. That's how I roll.
That's kind of deep. That'll fuck me up for a minute. So I wanted to ask, what do you want people to take away from Cypher Club?
I want people to come to Cypher Club open, and I want people to take away some sharing of genuine connection, and a feeling like they can do something, and that people will listen to them, and that they're worth something, and that there's a lot more in this world than cruelty and separation and negative energy. I want people to come to Cypher Club and be like, that was the dopest thing I have ever been to.
Yeah.
That was the coolest fucking group of people. That was the most amazing art house. That was the incredible beats. Everybody's talent was on par. Like, people were sharing and laughing. I feel a part of this. I want people to walk away hype and grateful, and like, I'm coming back.
Like an experience.
And I think it is.
Every person that I've heard who talks about Cypher Club describes the experience that it is. Like, it literally is just an experience that you have to go.
Yeah.
Like, you have to come to Cypher Club. You know what I mean?
You do.
Those
You
are-
gotta get
come
it.
to
That's
Cypher
the only
Club.
way to know. That's the
You gotta
only way
come to
to
Cypher
know.
Club.
Yeah. And I think what's also really dope about it is we've had like everybody through there. Do you know what I mean? Like, we have people who've never rapped before in their entire lives, and it's their first time ever sharing anything in front of a group,
Yes.
in front of, out of their mouth. And that's amazing. And then we have artists who I look up to so much, like Sincere, Lyric, like people who I just think are like on a whole other level have also come and touched it. We have producers who are like selling beats for $300, producers who've never sold a beat. And that's what I love about it, because it's all allowed.
All levels.
Yeah, totally. That's where I think that's what's weird about our world is we separate. We like put our kids in one place. We put our old people in one place. We put our artists in one place. We put our accountants in one place. And I think if we like were meshing a little more, the world would be healthier.
I don't know.
You don't think so? No.
I feel like there's got to be clear like definitions of like relationships at some point. I really do think
fuck that.
I think so.
I think you need to have a mesh of knowing as many types of groups, people, ages, genres, like religious beliefs, sexual orientation.
I agree, yes.
All of that.
Like all different kinds of people, yes.
Yeah.
But within those people that you meet, you have different types of relationships.
That's true. We do as human beings like to come together. Was it coagulate? We like to come together with like-mindedness. And I think like some level of that can be healthy because that's where you find community. Do you know what I mean? That's why things like Little Italy will pop up, Chinatown will pop up. Those because people want to be able to connect to something that they know that makes them feel safe, you know?
Right.
But also you got to push yourself and meet things that you don't know sometimes because it might surprise you, you know? Cypher does that too. I think people will be like, wow, I never thought, do you know what I mean? That this person would rap or that this person does this, you know?
It does break down a lot of barriers.
Right,
like,
it breaks down barriers.
Then
he raps and you're like, holy shit. Okay.
Word.
That's what's really cool about hip hop. I think like, especially recognizing like, yo, if you're white, you're from a certain standard, like I'm a guest to hip hop. And the place that it started from was like kind of bringing people together and speaking up against things, you know, speaking up against injustices, telling stories, like connecting with homies. So that's what you should do.
Word. Well, what is this last question I want to ask?
Yeah.
What do you what is the future of Cypher Club now that you're going to Saskatchewan?
So
people want to know this.
I'm moving to start grad school, and this is what I mean about you can do multiple things because I'm actually valedictorian of my class at Mount Royal, my grad class, which is crazy because I should not be in university. There's no way. I barely graduated high school. I only graduated high school because I had enough work credits from doing voiceovering. I have like grade 10 math at the lowest level. I have English and social, but I don't have bio, I don't have physics, I don't have chem. Like I literally should not have graduated high school. And I only got into university because when you apply when you're 22, then you get like a mature student and they don't look at your high school grades. They look at your like university, your first year of university. So anyway, all of that to say you can be a rapper and be valedictorian. Why not? Like I think that I don't really appreciate the idea of people saying like, no, you have to be a certain way to be a rapper, to be an artist. It's like, no, I'm going to be intelligent and eloquent and I'm going to be smart as hell and I'm going to put that into my music and it's going to be dope. And so it's hard to leave something that you create. Like Cypher Club is such a significant part of my identity and my existence, and it helped me through a time in my life that I was very, very lost. And so I think it's scary to be going to grad school and leaving this thing that really held me down. And it can be scary to leave something that really holds you down because you don't know what you're going to be without it. And I think the thing that's dope is that Cypher is going to continue and grow and be just as amazing as it's always been, because the foundation is the people. It's people who show up to rap and get it, and that's not going to go away, and the space isn't going to go away. And it's like Wu-Tang Wednesdays, salute. We're going to be there every week, and I'll just like be connecting through the ethers. I'm going to just like have my own little freestyles every Wednesday at the same time, and I feel like that energy will circulate across. And really what I want to do with Cypher is expand it. Like I was I was like just in LA I have homies there who are so talented. It's amazing, and I would love to do Cyphers. I'm like, I'm gonna go start one in Saskatoon, you know what I mean? Saskatchewan needs one. Then I'm gonna go to Vancouver and start one there. Then we're gonna get one in LA.
Wow.
And
mobile takeover.
I just think that it will happen. I just think it's something that's magic, and it might take a while, but it will. And so this is the universe being like, yo, in YYC in Calgary, Cypher Club is good. It's strong. People know, they get it. They'll uphold those things of gratitude. They'll uphold respect. They'll uphold that it's about coming to spit. It's not about like substance and getting fucked up and flexing. It's about like music and art. Of course, it's allowed. And then I gotta go start it somewhere else. That's the thing about like when you start shit and you're a leader, it's lonely. That's part of it. I think sometimes it's like you gotta go it alone because people need something to sometimes join to make their own. And this will just make Cypher be its own.
Damn. It's gonna be different.
It's gonna be different. I know.
But we gotta hold it down.
It hurts.
And I said this in one of the gratitudes. We gotta hold it down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like those are coming to the
Hip Hop Certified is gonna hold it down.
Yeah, we gotta hold it down. You know what I mean? Shouts out.
And people need rap, so that's not going anywhere. The people who need to do it need that release, and they will make it a priority in their lives. And I just know that.
Word.
Word.
Now.
I
couldn't let you go without spinning a freestyle.
Okay.
I call this the front seat freestyle.
Front seat freestyle.
Shout out to-
Passenger back.
Shout out to Kendrick Lamar, the backseat freestyles. We remixed it.
Yeah,
We
we got this
remixed it.
changed up.